We're going to go to the Gulf Coast. You're looking at the picture of the oil well, and for the third straight day, no oil is leaking. That's good news. BP and the government have extended testing on the cap through this afternoon to see if it can stay permanently sealed. Matt Gutman is in Burris, Louisiana, with the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Bianna. And this morning, all eyes on those pressure gauges inside that cap, rising slowly but steadily. BP has indicated it could keep this going for weeks, but the government has stepped in and said it may ask them instead to open up those valves and instead pump all of that oil to ships on the surface. This 80-ton cork, called the stacking cap, continues to seal in oil, pushing up with the force of 50 fire hoses. And late yesterday, in a statement, Admiral Thad Allen said the U.S. government and BP have agreed to allow the well integrity test to continue another 24 hours. But BP has hinted it could keep the well sealed for weeks, couching the method's success in double negatives.
There's no evidence that we lack integrity in the well.
Scientists had feared the pressure of shutting that oil in could rupture the well's cement casing. That's not happening.
As long as it's holding the pressure that's building inside of it, that's a very, very good sign.
Yet the government may still ask BP to open the valves on that stacking cap to begin capturing the oil and siphoning it up to ships on the surface, netting one very important piece of information: the amount of oil that has been leaking all along.
Once and for all, they can get a good number on what that flow rate was.
BP could be fined up to $4,300 per barrel spilled per day. The sum total, up to $22 billion. Meantime, there is visibly less oil around the well, though millions of gallons of oil still lurk in the Gulf, much of it underwater. And the only way of ending the spill for good? Those two relief wells. This morning, the first one less than 5 feet away from its target. But it could take up to 2 more weeks to close the distance. Once they intersect the well, they'll force feed it a concoction of mud and cement, killing it for good. And Dan, while those seals on that cap continue to work, the government may indeed step in as early as today and say, hey, listen, it's time to just start pumping all of that oil on the surface. The bottom line here from all of this is that BP and the government are very confident that this spill is effectively over. Dan?
That's good to hear. Matt Gutman, thank you. That's Matt Gutman reporting from Louisiana once again.